Good morning and welcome to day 4. Day 4 means finals day here in Wisconsin from the Ho Chunk Casino here in the beautiful little place of Baraboo. And our first match of the day, CORTEZA against IMMONEN for a place in the last 8. 9 o'clock tonight will be our final. Who will be in it? Well, I've got my predictions, and we're going to find out throughout this match who Tony Robles fancies to lift the title of Apex Wisconsin Open Champion 2022. IMMONEN breaking off with me, Mr. Tony Robles. How's the break gone, Tony?
Everything's well. Did you have a good night's sleep, buddy?
Fantastic. Slept like a baby.
That's
Kept
great.
waking up every 2 hours wanting food.
Well, I mean, we're both obviously very excited about today because this is a final day, and we have nothing but the cream of the crop here playing against one another today. So it's going to be very interesting. And as is the case with these tournaments, the one that breaks the best and makes balls more consistently is the one that's probably going to win. And we know well that the ones that have been doing that consistently the last 3 days have been Federer and Kachi.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to step up their break if they are to, have a chance of winning the event.
Well, I've been looking at the draw, and next up will be Federer Gorst on this table here. Now then, I've got a prediction. I made one at the beginning of the week. I said it would be Fedor and Darren Appleton. One of those two would win it. And if the draw goes the way I think it's going to go, it could be Fedor and Darren Appleton in the final.
Wow. Well, Darren has been playing spectacular of this event. And, but he needs to make sure he makes balls on the break, That's the thing. It's not that we're not trying to make balls on the break. We do the best that we can.
So Mika off to a flyer. He's the flying Finn at the moment.
And he probably wants to make sure he leaves a cube on the bottom rail here so that way he doesn't have to worry about contending with the 10 ball.
Yeah, he's perfect on this. He was here nice and early this morning getting some practice in. And as you said, needs that cue ball on the rail, and he couldn't have played that much better. Can just float past the 8 ball here now to leave the 8 into the same pocket. Good start here from Mika. Oh, he couldn't have played that better, Tony, could he?
Now he wants to draw past the 9 a bit. So that way all he has to do is cut the 9 on the side and come back down.
So important to get off to a good start. 2 races to 4, of course. The format stays the same all the way through, even into the final as well. Now then, has he gone far enough? He hasn't, so he'll have to go uptown and back downtown.
That's
to
correct.
Use Tony Robles' term.
I like hitting this with follow. I think he did that intentionally because of the angle he had on the 8. I like hitting with follow and to touch a left, just go 2 rails. 1, 2. Doesn't take much effort to get it there.
The way you call these shots, I think you've got a future in this game. If not as a player, certainly as a commentator. And in it goes. So first rack of the day, of finals day, goes to IMMONEN. Now Mika came through a tough first round match against Swiss Michael Schneider in a 7-6 shootout. And an easier second round, beating local Nathan Mindham in 2 straight sets. And then Darren Appleton, of course, proved much more difficult opposition for Mika. And Darren ran out 2 sets to 0. And then last night, very late last night, it was the last match to finish. IMMONEN beating American Evan Lunda to reach where he is now in the final 16. He'll be hoping to go to the final 8, and it's a perfect start. So here we go then. Break off number 2. Breaking from the side, but in between the side and the middle, and it's working for him at the moment. Maybe he's found something here. He's made a ball and he's got a shot on the 1, Tony.
Yeah, and it's he hits those actually very well. He hit those very well. And we saw how difficult this table broke yesterday. So, maybe it's changed a bit today,
If today is anything like yesterday, then we are in for a absolute treat. I was watching the show reel from yesterday, and it was the longest one so far. They're normally around about 8 minutes. Yesterday was 11, and they needed 11 minutes to get them all in.
That's great. I think he's going to go 3 rails here. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a slightly awkward bridging over the 3 ball. You can forgive him for missing that one. So Lee Van CORTEZA then. Now, if you remember who he beat in the first round, he beat local boy, 10-year-old Deke Squire. Do you remember that little lad that come and sat here?
Yeah. Kid was playing his heart out against him.
He certainly was.
Loved it.
And he took a couple of racks off of Lee Van CORTEZA as well. Lee Van CORTEZA is actually named after the actor Lee Van Cleef.
Definitely needs to play safe here. Probably squeeze the cue ball between the 8 and the 5 ball.
Yeah, there you heard the shot clock. He did play just in time, and each player has 1 extension per rack. 30 seconds is the time frame that you have to play the game.
Unfortunately for Lee, he overhit that safe a bit. He was playing more like a two-way shot, obviously.
Played a huge amount of left-hand English, Mika, and he's finished absolutely perfect on this 3. Little drawback for the 4, Tony.
Yeah, he can draw back to about where he's at now and then, roll it past the 8 to play the 5 in the opposite side pocket. Or he can draw it to the top rail and, end up getting a little straighter, which I don't know if he wants to do. Because you don't want to end up getting too straight on the 4 ball.
And there are 3 other games going on at the moment. We're down to 4 tables now. Same times, though. 10, 12, 2, and then we're back at 5 for the first semi-final, 7 for the second semi-final, and then 9 o'clock. It's the big one, playing for the $25,000 first prize, and the runner-up will still get a nice payday of $15,000. Who's going to be in it? As I said, 3 other games going. Robbie Capito is against Dennis Graber. Dimitris Lukatos is playing Eklund Kachi. And Jesus Atencio is playing Danish Mickey Kraus.
I was about to tell you that I thought Mika should have gone 2 rails here with inside spin in order to avoid possibly going into the 8. And he decided to go 1 rail. And it almost cost him. I think he almost won the behind the 8. So that's something to take note of. When you're playing position for shots like that, if you go hit it with enough spin to make sure that you guarantee yourself to stay in front of the 8, never have to worry about going behind the ball.
Now, is he just going to draw this a little bit, or is he just going to draw out to where he pointed there, look?
Wants to be more or less almost parallel to the 8 ball, right?
He's gone a little bit far with that, but he's okay, I guess. Have to use the rail now.
Yeah, he's going to hit it with low right to slow down the cue ball coming off the rail. Not hard at all. Just a nice soft draw.
So, Mika looking good early in the morning. Just this 10 ball to take a 2-0 lead. And in it goes. So this is stop 2 for the CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series, Tony. And we've already had the Arizona. And the Arizonan champion, of course, in Tucson there last month was Fedor Gorst. He's still in it. He will be playing on this very table. Straight after this at midday. And he plays against Greek champion Alex Kazakis, who has come through very, very quietly. We haven't seen him on the stream table yet. He's just been coming in under the radar.
Yep.
So looking forward to Alex. I know he's been playing well. I don't think he's lost a set yet, Alex Kazakis. And Fedor Gorst, who went the whole of the Arizona tournament without having to play 1 shootout, has already played 3. So here we go, rack number 3. Mika Immonen leads 2-0. Wow. He almost flew into the commentary booth then when he took that shot.
Yeah, and he hit those great. The table's breaking well today. I like this. We might see a lot of breaking runs today.
And look at this, perfect on the 2-ball.
Question is, does he want to try and go between the 4 and the 5 to play the 4 in the same pocket, or can he hold it with inside English to play the 4 in the opposite
I
pocket?
think he's coming round.
He went,
yeah,
went
he's
right in
coming
between
round.
them.
Beautiful
We had a
shot.
natural angle to go there.
So this is looking like 3-0, and I don't think Lee Van CORTEZA has made a ball yet.
See, I like playing that side too, because then there's no traffic you have to contend with if you fail to end up straight on the 6 ball.
Clint Catchy has taken the opening rack in his match. And Mika, I tell you, is certainly looking very smooth this morning, looking very good.
Knight plays a 10 in the same pocket.
Yeah, this is nice, isn't it? Can float across the face of the 10 now.
That little high left will do it. He's feeling it now. He's starting to get comfortable. And if he gets comfortable, he is capable of running the set out. You know, next set, as long as he keeps making balls on the break. And we almost had that yesterday.
We're going to be back, Tony. We've got to go for a break. Welcome back to Wisconsin, where Mika IMMONEN is about to break off for the set. Very impressed with Mika this morning. Now, just before we went for the break, Tony, you began to say something. Something almost happened yesterday. What was you about to say?
You know, we've yet, ever since we started this tour, we have yet to see a player run 4 and out. And it almost happened yesterday with Kachi when he ran the first 3.
Yeah.
Then broke, and I think he either had to play a safe or push out or something.
Yeah. So another chance here. Good break once again. And Mika is looking like the old Mika. Oh, he needs this to pull up.
There.
Well, now then.
He's going to have to kick this in. Don't be surprised if he makes this. He's one of the best kick artists that I've seen on the tour. He kicks very well. He plays a lot of 3 cushion in Carom Cafe for many years in Queens, New York. You went to Carom Cafe, didn't you?
I've been to Carom Cafe, yeah. What a beautiful place that is. That's my dream place. It's got everything I want in a place. It's got pool, it's got carom, and it's also got snooker. And if you fancy a bit of ping pong, it's got some ping pong as well. So, a chance then for Lee Van CORTEZA to pull the trigger. Needs to. Do you think he's going to come behind the 10 here to play the 3 into the same pocket, Tony?
Maybe. If he can't avoid running into the 6, he might use the 6 to come off and go underneath the 10 and play the 3 in the same side pocket. Oh, he was able to avoid it.
Oh, he's held it.
But now he doesn't have an ideal angle to get to the 10. If he goes to the lower right-hand pocket, he has to go between the 6, 10, avoid the 7. I kind of like going the other way if possible.
Draw off the side rail, loads of right-hand English.
Right, low right-hand English to go 2 rails in front of the 10 and go past the side pocket. Ooh.
Oh, he's caught the 6 ball. Oh, Mika will be glad to see that. A little bit of a mistake from Mika not getting on that 2 ball. He'll be gutted because he could have run out the set there. Just to bring you up to date with some scores from around the room. Jesus Atencio is 1-1 with Mickey Kraus. Dennis Grabat took the first rack against Robbie Capito. And Eklund Kachi has raced into a 3-0 lead against Greek Dimitris Laukatis. Now then, has he played the bank shot? He has. He has.
Wow, what a great bank shot.
Oh, and look where the cue ball's finished up. Well, great bank shot. Not always easy to play position off a bank, is it, Tony?
You know, he can, if he has the angle, he can thin the 5 ball and place a 5, leave the 5 ball in front of the 9, and have the cue ball come past the 6 ball. The other option he has here is to kick the 5 ball. Kick the 5 ball and send it between the 5 and the 7 and the side, and have the cue ball go towards the 6 on the side of the 6 ball, and leave the 5 ball on the bottom rail.
Yeah, called his extension. Mika still has one left. Should he need it, 30 seconds.
So you see, he left it right in front of the 9.
Now then, has he got cover? Yes, he has, I think. Mika's having a quick look. Levan CORTEZA's having a quick look. I think he's gone for the jump stick, hasn't he?
I don't know if he can see enough to. If he cannot see enough to make it, I think the shot here would be to go to the left side of the 9 and try to stop it. Oh, he can definitely see it. Yeah.
This is a tough jump. Whoa! Ooh. Wow. Levan CORTEZA needs a helmet on if Mika's going to carry on playing shots like that. Wow.
Body armor.
The guy in the front row in the orange shirt wasn't very looking a bit scared as well.
I think it's going to take a lot more than that to intimidate Levan.
Yeah. Levan will definitely be ready for a shootout. So,
well, here he just wants to stop at Mark and then come back to that same side of the table, right-hand side of the table for the 10 ball.
First time we've seen Levan on the stream table as well. And players you don't sometimes hear about during a tournament, and all of a sudden they appear, Tony, and you think, hello, where did they come from?
Yeah.
He's played this perfectly. So he's going to make it 3-1, is he? Yes, he is. So in it goes. So yeah, I was surprised Mika tried to jump that ball. I thought he could actually just twist it round a little bit with a little bit of English, but it was always going to be a difficult jump because the 9 ball was so close to the 5 as well, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, after they showed the angle, the proper angle, he was definitely able to make it. So he had a shot at making. I think he just overhit it.
There's a happy couple. Look.
Yeah, that's Tommy Tuckhoff.
I wonder what he's gonna.
Good kid.
I wonder what he's gonna buy her for Valentine's Day. What are you gonna buy your wife for Valentine's Day? It's coming up. It's in 2 days, I believe.
You know, I'm that rare guy, man. You know, I had her Valentine's Day bought before Christmas. That's what I do. I like to buy everything ahead of time. That way I avoid all the craziness. All the last minute stuff.
I've booked a table for my girlfriend and I at Griff's.
Well, listen, made a ball on the break. Made a ball on the break. He's still in control of the table.
Yeah. Now, safety shot on here, I guess, is to play the one ball back down the table and leave the cue ball over behind the 5 and the 4, I think it is. No, it's not the 4, it's the 5 and the 6.
Yeah, he might try. He might try to leave him behind the 5 too.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to try to make the one ball.
I think I might be going a little colourblind, Tony. He's called the one ball.
Yeah, he left it in front of the pocket though, so it's an easy jump shot for Mika.
Well, I'll tell you what. After his last jump shot, we're in the firing line for this one.
Wait, he needs to make sure. Yeah, you have your helmet on.
I'm just about to get it. Yeah, he needs to get this up and down quickly because he doesn't.
He needs to hit it on the thick side in order to slow down the cue ball. He hit it
caught
thinner
the
than what he
7.
wanted to.
He's caught the 7, Tony. Now, can he kick it? Can he get past the 7 ball and just kick this? Try and hold it. I play this with a little bit of bottom on the cue ball. Try and hold the cue ball.
And the key here is to make sure you hit it dead straight. Unless he's able to hit, I think he's calling the 9. I think he can see a piece of the 2 there, Mark.
Can he? He certainly can. He's called the 9 ball. He's called the 9. And he's made the 9. He's got another problem now, though. But I think, well, will it pass the 5 into the top left?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will. But even if it didn't, he's able to overcut it just enough to come short of the side, the corner pocket and send the cue ball 3, possibly 4 rails by the 10. And who knows, maybe even behind the 4 and the 8.
Just like that. Just like that. Oh,
he went for it.
Wow.
Yeah, he went for that one.
Now then.
See, I think it would have been better off playing the safe there. That was a toughie there. Because I'm not even sure if the 4 goes past the 8 ball. So there was no benefit.
Well, I'm having a look. I'm right behind it. I think it does, you know. I think the 4 passes the 8. If he can draw it, well, he doesn't even have to worry about the side pocket because he can just draw this straight back for the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, this is a toughie. Can he avoid the 10?
Oh, he can avoid the 10. The question is, does the 5 ball go in the side? Is he going to try to play position for the 5 in the side? Because worst case scenario, he can cross bank the 5 ball. He's able to hit that with inside spin. That was a super strong shot right there.
What a shot.
You know, with the cue ball frozen on the rail, for you to pocket that ball with inside spin, that was an awesome shot.
Yeah, Roland Garcia is still in this tournament as well, as is Robbie Capito. The guy you brought here from the airport. He could be giving you a big tip if he lifts the prize and the trophy later on tonight. He's playing up against Dennis Grabet at the moment, and he's 2-1 down against the Estonian. They move the cue ball around the table so nicely, don't they, these Filipinos?
It's effortless, right?
Yeah.
They work really hard. They
always looks
really
like they're
hard,
not trying, but they are. Oh, this is awkward. Yeah, tuck that jersey in.
Yeah, I would imagine he wants to draw by the center of the table. Unless he wants to follow. If he wants to follow, play the 8 ball on the low left-hand side, then he can also do that. He has that option.
Referee John Lehman just out of shot. He's keeping a close eye on Lee Van's T-shirt. It's okay, though, and this is perfect on the 8 ball now. So just this 8 and the 10 to pull another one back to go to 3-2 in this opening set of the last day of the Apex Wisconsin Open. And in it goes, and we'll be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. Very warm welcome back to wintry Wisconsin and the Ho Chunk Casino. We're in the Lower Dells Ballroom here in Baraboo. And upstairs we have 40 7-foot tables, and down here 18 7-footers where the Wisconsin State Championships are taking place. Over 500 amateur players battling it out for the title of Wisconsin State Champions. 87 teams, Tony. Impressive stuff, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's over close to 600 players, if I'm not mistaken.
Amazing venue and great idea, mixing all the league players with the elite pros from around the world. Chance to come and mix with the players, get their autographs, get a selfie with them, maybe even have a game with them on the booth table. You're more than welcome.
Talk about welcoming. We'd like to welcome everyone in the chat. Thank you for supporting the stream. We hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, he hit that great. I have a buddy of mine, Jeff Gebhardt, in the chat. He's the main guy for a place that I play out of sometimes called Bird Bowl, which is a place that has a 7-foot, 9-foot, and tables, as well as a full bowling alley. They have leagues there and everything. It's a pretty amazing place.
See, that's the only thing that's missing from Karam Cafe is a bowling alley. Now, look, sticking behind the 8-ball here. Oh, he's gone for it. He's gone for this. Look at this for a shot. Oh,
that's a great shot right there.
Brilliant. Wow, that was really attacking because he had an easy safety there. Not guaranteed to be on the 3, but played an absolute beautiful shot.
Well, I'll tell you this, if Mika runs this rack out, it's very well earned because this was not an easy rack at all. I mean, just where he was with the 1 ball alone, that was a tough shot.
He's come a little bit far here, look, Tony.
Yeah, he got a little funny here. He might be able to squeeze by that 7 with inside English, though. He might be able to, even if he just barely grazes it, if he has that inside spin. Oh, it looks like he's going to go between the 8 and the...
Wow, look at this for a draw shot. Look at this. Will he get to the rail? If he does, he's perfect. And he has. Look at that. Wow.
This is almost like vintage Mika, because back in the days when he was winning, world championships and the U.S. Open, he used to pound these balls 100 miles an hour with supreme confidence. It's like zero worries about missing them.
Yeah, 2000 to 20. Oh, and just as we say that, what a minute. He's jumped up off that one. I was just going to say player of the decade from 2000 to 2010. Just to achieve that is some feat, isn't it? Player of the decade.
It sure is. Johnny Archer was used to having that honor for a couple of decades,
Yeah, looking up to the skies thinking, why did I jump up?
Well, be careful here.
Oh, he's okay. Wow, what a chance Mika had there after doing all the hard work. Had a relatively straightforward 5-ball. Now we're looking hill with CORTEZA.
Right by the chalk. Right by the chalk.
Yeah, he went a little bit too far now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he might have to go up and down here and try to leave it, not exactly where it's at now, but a little short of that.
And he's going to have trouble reaching it. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, he's actually very good at those shots. He's not afraid to shoot this like that.
Wow, look at this. Whenever an opponent did that against me, I thought they were being a little bit flashy. But what a shot.
Up and down, up and down.
Oh, and a nice little bump on the 8 as well. Look at this. He'll probably play this in the side now.
Yeah, that's what we call the friendly bumperoni, right? The one that gives you a nice shot.
Yeah.
Go side pocket here. Go 2 rails. Right towards that 9 ball, the way we like to do that, right, Mark?
Always want to come towards it if you can. Oh, don't go in the side.
I'm shocked that he didn't hit that with enough spin to make sure he avoids a scratch. That was very careless of Lee and surprising.
Wow, a wry smile.
That's why he's smiling at himself. He knew better.
Yeah, and Mika was smiling as well. I bet he wasn't smiling on the inside. He was hoping that cue ball was going to drop. Oh, he's played this with a lot of drag. So this 10 ball then to even things up, and we're going hill. You wouldn't have thought that at 3-0, would you? In it goes. Wow. So it's all change.
Yeah, Mika needs to stay composed and forget about everything that's happened up until this point if he's to even have a chance of winning this set, should he get another opportunity.
Yeah, let's just bring you some scores, Tony, from around the room. 3 all here, as you know. Robbie Capito is 2-2 with Dennis Graber. Demetrius Lukatos is, how's my Greek coming on, by the way? Demetrius Lukatos lost the first set 4-0, but he's 1 rack up in the second against Eklund Kachi. And Jesus Atencio has taken the opening set. Mr. Mac and Cheese himself, 4-1 against Dane Mickey Kraus. So it's all on this rack. Who's going to take the first set? Lee Van CORTEZA has the advantage. He's breaking in the decider, set number 1. Crunching break, controlled the cue ball nicely. He's made the 5, and look at this. Oh, he had a shot on the 1 just for a few seconds. Unfortunately, the green has come and spoilt the party, but he's going to get the jump cue here, I would have thought, is he?
Well, he has 60 seconds to think about what he's going to do.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
How you doing? How you doing?
Do you think if I lived in New York for 10 years, I would speak like that?
Yeah. You learn how to speak like a homie, too, even though I know you know how to rap. Yeah, but this one, this is a shot that you should go for. I think you need to because it's right in front of the pocket, but you still need to guard against putting the cue ball behind the 8 since you have a slight angle.
Oh, look at that. It's an old-fashioned jump stick here. It looks like a toffee apple stick. Is that keelwood? Is that what you call keelwood? Called the extension to give himself a little bit of time. Now he doesn't want to hit this too hard. I'd love to just sort of draw a little bit if he could off this. Isn't it amazing we're talking about playing position now off jump shots, drawing and stuff. There you saw it. He drew it lovely. Now then, Mika may need to jump this as well. He can't believe it. Comes to the table and gestures, oh dear.
Don't be surprised if he kicks this in. Because if the 6 is blocking him and he tries to curve or massey the ball, he might make the 1 and then end up behind the 6 anyway.
How's he going to... Where's he going to kick, Tony?
No, I'm saying if he were to decide to kick, he would want to hit the top rail. See, that's what he's looking at.
Well, this is awkward, isn't it?
Well, you know, it's the only way to really get position on the 2 ball. Yeah. He just needs to make sure that he bypasses that 7 ball.
Oh, he's made it. Don't go in the white. Oh.
Wow. I did not see that coming. I didn't think that he could hit it that perfectly.
There you see John Moore up in the background. He lost late last night to Feder Gorst in a shootout. John Moore played some good stuff, especially in the second set. So ball in hand then. Now 7 is a little bit funny, Tony. Now I'm wondering, would he leave an angle on the 4 to run into the 7-9 and leave himself on the 6 in the side?
Yeah, he can definitely do that. Because even if he came off the 7 at an angle, there's always a chance that he can end up playing the 6 in the lower left-hand corner pocket. Or even the right hand. It all depends on the angle he ends up with on the 4, you see?
Yeah, just stop the cue ball as soon as you can off this 3. Now then.
See, now what he can do here with the angle that he wound up here, he doesn't need to hit this hard at all. He comes off the rail, taps the 7 lightly, tries to hit it just full enough to stop the cue ball there in front of the 6, and move the 7 just enough past the 9 so it goes in the corner.
Perfectly explained. I couldn't have put it better myself.
I learned from the best. See, look, little bumperoni just to get it out of there.
Beautiful. This is great stuff. I'm enjoying this already. And this is only the first game. And we've got 6. We've got 5 more to come, Tony.
Well, I can tell you this. I feel very blessed and honored to be in the booth with you in the tournament over here. You know, I always have a blast with you, and you know, I thank everyone for the opportunity. But it's like we have a blast, don't we, Mark?
We have so much fun, and just to sit here and, you know, watch such great pool for about 10 or 12 hours a day is just fantastic.
Now he underhit this one a bit. He can still maybe slide it or go forward, but he still needs to end up with ideal position on the 8 in order to avoid having to draw back for the 9. See, if he gets 2 straight, then he has to work a little harder.
Excuse me.
So if he has a slight angle here, he will want to draw it past the point where he's shooting from now, closer to the center of the table. But more importantly, he needs to make sure he secures the ball.
He's going forward, isn't he? He did come back.
See, draw slightly past the point where he shot it from. That way he doesn't have to worry about, you know, smashing the 9 ball in.
I'll tell you what, if Mika loses this first set, he won't be very happy, because he was in control of this 3-0 up and then made the 1 ball and hooked himself on the 2. And ever since then, the game has completely changed. And Lee Van CORTEZA, just this 10 ball, and he will take the opening set. And if he does, we're going to go for a short break, but we'll be back with set number 2. Mark my words, it's worth coming back for. This is just the beginning of a fantastic final day here in Wisconsin. So this 10 ball then. And he's taken it. He takes the first set. We'll be back soon. We are back. The players have had a little break. We've had a little break. I forgot to go and get a bottle of water actually, Tony. We need to drink lots of water today. It's going to be a long day. So, opening set went to Lee Van CORTEZA after Mika Immonen went into a 3-0 lead. Now, next to me, Tony Robles. Mika came up to the commentary booth in the break. What did he say to you, Tony?
He basically said that, you know, he was just as shocked as we were to scratching the side and that, but, you know, he knew that the 5-ball cost him the match. And, you know, I just talked a bit about it and told him, and I said, look, you know, you're a champion. You know, you need to forget about everything and just, you know, move forward from here, you know. So he gave me a thumbs up. Let's see what happens. It was a great match.
Oh, thank you so much. Somebody just bought me a cup of water. That's really nice. Thank you. I'm either sounding really rough or they heard me say I need some water.
I would consider pocketing the 1-ball here in a push, unless he figured out a way to play it safe.
Oh, that's a clever idea, Tony. I would never have thought of that. Now he can double kiss this in, can't he? Can he double kiss this in?
I don't think so.
No?
I think it's frozen to the rail. It's just, you know, the question is a 1 frozen to the rail
No,
to the
it's
point where he
not.
can just kick it and play it safe? Because I'm trying to figure out what's the idea here. Was he thinking of double kissing it intentionally with low right to get the cue ball to come all the way across the table and then back again underneath the 10? I'm not sure.
He's putting back in anyway, hasn't he? He's putting back in.
See, it wasn't frozen.
No, it wasn't, no.
That's why I said if it weren't frozen, then that's a move, right? If it were frozen, then he would have to think of something else, obviously.
Oh, referee John Lehman here. He's going to have his wits about him. Now, is that frozen now? It's not, because he hasn't called it. And both players having a little look. There's a bit of a colour clash there between the two players, I've just noticed. Oh, this is, you need nerves of steel. This reminds me of the balk line game. Have you ever played balk line?
He could double kiss the cue ball to the point, to be honest with you. That way he doesn't have to worry about.
Oh, you need a really delicate touch here.
Oh,
what a great shot that is. Now is it frozen? I tell you, it's freezing in Wisconsin, but that ball isn't frozen.
Yeah. You know, back in the days when I had my tour, we used to have a rule where you can't hit the ball more than 3 times to the same cushion. After that, you have to either hit the cue ball or another cushion. I don't know if they have the same rule here.
I was just going to ask you, what's the rule here, Tony? We could be here all day, and we've got to be out of here by midnight.
Yeah.
What is the rule here? Will they agree to have a re-rack or not, or what?
I mean, at some point, someone's going to leave someone enough of an angle to escape.
I think it might be here, actually. Look.
He just needs to make sure he doesn't run into that 6-ball.
Yeah, that's a decent shot. Now he can put the 1-ball past the 6-ball here, I think. Mika could get him in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah. If he has room, if he can hit it to the point where he can just freeze it on the 6.
When we're back as we were, look, Mika says, get back there. We're not going anywhere just yet.
He didn't have the angle to do it. He couldn't get that 6-ball past that point.
I can't remember the last time I saw John Lehman on his feet so long.
Yeah. I wonder if he has an angle to put him behind the 9 here, Mark. If he can hit it just right, if he has that angle, he might want to put him behind the 9 and maybe even split the 9 and the 4.
Yes, go on, cue ball. Oh, he's caught the 9, but well, we're going to be back where we were again, I think. Wow, this is interesting. If this happened in snooker, we might have had a re-rack already. Now then, that's the end of it. I'm sure now Mika can get past this 6-ball. He might even play the pot here.
He could hit if he can hit the 1 first, he's going to draw behind the 6. Oh, he tried to, but he hit it on the way there.
And he's left this. Oh, he's not happy.
And remember, the key here too, Mark, is that earlier when he tried to place him behind the 9, he broke up the 4-9. So now there's a run out here.
Here's a story unfolding on table 2. Robbie Capito is on the 10 ball to take the opening set against Dennis Grabat, and he takes it. So 1-0 for Robbie Capito.
And Robbie was down 2-0 that set.
He certainly was. He's come back, and Jesus Asensio won the first set against Mickey Kraus. He's 2-0 down in the second set. And Greek player Dimitris Lukatos is 2-0 up in the second set against Eklan Kachi. So there you go.
So he's going to kill it with inside spin here. And then use a 9 ball to come off the rail to play the 5 in the side. So the running into the 9 ball is going to help slow down the cue ball here. He just needs to make sure that he guards against the scratch in the opposite side pocket should he hit it on the thin side. I can't tell from here if he's going to hit it thick or thin when he comes off the 4 ball.
He's hit it just right, hasn't he? That's perfect. So, wow, talk about a match turning on its head. And that's the beauty of these short race formats. That's what's attracting all the new viewers to this great game.
I like going 3 rails here, Mark. Only because you avoid running into the 9, don't have to worry about getting past the pocket, going in between the pocket and the ball. Now here you come 2 rails with enough angle on the 7 to come down, float between the 8 and the 10. It's not going to come down that low. He wanted to hit a little harder than that, I guess.
He's got the other angle. He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine here. He just slides it over, stuns it over. Worst case scenario, even if you're parallel to the 8, you're fine. He can actually, he can follow this. He can follow this to the bottom rail.
A little bit of up and down. Last 3 balls.
He can just slide off it and hit the right-hand rail and go towards that 9 ball.
He left himself enough angle now just to run off the back rail, back down to the 10.
Yeah, he should be able to make the 10 right where he made the 8.
Won the first set from 3-0 down, and he's going to be going 1-0 ahead by the looks of it. And this is just about perfect. Consolation for any player playing today is they are all in the money. There's a song about that, Tony. And in it goes. So let's just talk a little bit about this table. A lot of you are asking what it is. Well, it's the Apex Predator 9-foot single slate table. And it really is a beautiful piece of equipment. And it went on sale just 3 days ago. If you go to predatorcues.com, you can find everything you need to know, and you might even find a little cue that you fancy. I know you play with a Predator cue, Tony. What do you play with? What are you playing with these days? I know you've got about 28,000 cues.
No, I don't. I just play with one of the older icons, and I have a couple. I do have a couple of cues. I have a Throne 5 and another one of the newer icons that I got recently. So I'm experimenting with those a bit.
So here we go then. Rack number 2, set number 2. Lee Van CORTEZA to break, leading 1-0. Now then, he's made the 3 ball in the corner, and he's perfect on the 1. Look at this. 5 ball over the side, 6 and 7 in the open, 2 ball in the open. Well, there's no problems here, are there?
No, because, I mean, if he drew the cue ball to the center of the table here, he can go 2 rails, bottom, side rail, get the 4. Once he gets on the 5 to the 6, he's good.
You can just see Jeremy Seaman in the background warming up. He'll be playing his fellow countryman Danny Olsen at midday. I just saw Danny Olsen walk through the door right on cue as well.
Look how perfect he got on the 2 ball to avoid having to go to the bottom rail.
Yeah, he can just draw straight off this, Tony, can't he?
I can't tell. I think he has to go by the 10, Mark. He might have too much angle. It all depends. Yeah, he might have to just draw it just slightly below the side pocket with spin and just spin it right past the side pocket towards the 4.
Decides to take his extension, just compose himself. Start the process again. Pretty unorthodox, Levan CORTEZA. Doesn't get right down on his cue, but then nor does the guy sitting next to me. As long as you get online, it doesn't matter, does it, too much? We've all got our own unique styles.
So, he stops by the center of the table here. And he draws past the point where he's shooting from right now, he should be fine.
Well, Mika Immonen can look back at that shot he played in rack number 4 in the first set, where he made a ball on the break, made the 1 ball, and then hooked himself on the 2. And from that moment on, this whole game has changed on its head.
Yeah, it's crazy how one shot like that can change the set. See, now here you just have to, and the good thing about this shot is, he wants to end up with an angle, so he can play the 9 on the low right-hand side. But should he decide to go straight on the 8, that's not a bad shot either, because then he could just draw it right by the side pocket and shoot the 9 in the lower left-hand pocket.
There's a possibility, Tony, we could have 3 Filipino players in the last 8. That's a strong possibility. Roland Garcia, Robbie Capito, who has won the first set against Dennis Grabet, and of course Roland Garcia. Roland plays Aloysius Yap. What a game that would be.
Wow.
So close to the rail, but nothing much to do with the cue ball. Just has to make the 9, and he'll be on the 10 in the side.
Yeah, and it's no disaster if he can't play the 10 in the side. He can always just come off the rail and play it in the corner, should he choose to do so. It's just so smooth.
So this is going to be 2-0 then for Levan CORTEZA. We're going for a break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Mika Immonen, pacing around the arena. Must be thinking, what's happened? He was 3-0 up in the first set. Levan CORTEZA hadn't potted a single ball. And all of a sudden, Mika, after making a ball on the break, Made the one, hooked himself on the 2. Played a jump shot, wasn't successful. And ever since then, Lee Van CORTEZA has taken over the match. Now, the only good thing here for Mika is, although Lee has made a ball, he hasn't got any real shot at the 1. And we were just talking, weren't we, Tony, about how this match has turned on its head.
Yeah, if Lee Van wanted to, he can kick 2 rails here, hit the top side of the 1 and send the cue ball past the 2, as long as he's able to avoid a scratch and behind the 3, 4, and 5. I think he's going to let him see just the edge of the 1.
Another update.
I'm not sure why he did that.
Sorry, Tony. Just another update from one of the outside tables. Mickey Krause has taken the 2nd set against Jesus Atencio, and they are about to have a shootout. So first shootout of the day going on table 4. Meanwhile, sorry, Tony, back to you, mate.
Yeah, no, I think he's just, I was a little surprised he left him there, but, you know, Mika failed to put the cue ball behind the 2. Now I think he's going to try to leave him behind the 6 or the 9.
Oh, it's leaked out. It's leaked out. Look, Tony.
It a bit, yeah.
Now then, this is a chance. Now, all you can ask for as a pool player is give me a chance. At least then you've only got yourself to blame. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Needs to dig deep, find something, find some of that old Mika. We saw some of it in the first 3 racks of the first set.
He's going to draw back between the balls. Don't want to overhit it.
Yeah, he played a little bit of left-hand English on that, which when it came off that 2nd rail, off the rail, Tony.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to play the combination or play the 4 in the same pocket as the 3.
Here's your answer. That's a great shot. Nicely played. Now then. He
draws it between, I mean, straight down by this to get straight on the 6, but he would prefer to have an angle so that we can go back up the table, just like that. No, all he has to do is get straight on the 7, straight on the 9, or slide angle and play the 10 lower right-hand corner.
He ran 3 racks in a row in the last set.
I'm wondering if he's thinking of overhitting this and coming off the 2nd rail. Nope, he's not. He's going to dig down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as soon as you dig down, he snatched it. And what a he needs a bit of luck here. I don't think he's going to get it. And that could spell the end.
Yeah.
For the Finn. And only himself to blame. He overhit the 4 ball slightly, left himself a little bit closer to that side rail than he would have liked. So, chance for Lee. He's been going quietly about his business, Lee Van CORTEZA. I nearly said Lee Van Cleef then. It's hard not to say Cleef after saying Lee Van, isn't it?
It's true. Well, this is to get on the hill, Mark, for Lee Van.
Yeah, I did say as a pool player, all you want is one chance. And Mika can't say he hasn't had his chances. He's only got himself to blame for being 3-0 down. He's in the same position now, CORTEZA, as Mika was in the first. And in it goes. So 3-0. And it really is a complete turnaround, Tony, from that 4th rack in the first set.
And he had an opportunity, you know, to change it a bit, but you know, unfortunately, you know, he missed again. Did not capitalize.
Shootout going on table 4. It's 1-1 at the moment. Jesus Atencio about to take his second spot shot. And of course, in Arizona, he was involved in that famous shootout between Naoki Oi and himself. And it went to 14-13. Unbelievable drama there in Tucson. And here Dennis Grabet has taken the first rack after losing the first set to Robbie Capito. And Kachi and Lukatos are 2-2. In the second set, Kachi won the first. So here we go then, CORTEZA. What a break.
Very nice break.
What a break. Oh, look
He
at
controlled the cue
this.
ball beautifully on that one.
Look at the 1 ball. Look at the 5 ball though, Tony.
Yeah.
What does he do about the 5? Talk us through that.
He might have to bank it cross side because he has an angle on the floor to come off 1 or 2 rails and go past the center, and he can bank it, go 2 rails for the 7 in the lower right hand corner. But he has to get there first because he kind of overdrew this one a bit.
Yeah, this is a nervy little one down the rail now.
He might be able to get past above the 7 or above the 7 and the 10 and come off the long rail and then come back to where, you know, past the point where he's shooting from right now. Oh, but he ran into the 10.
Oh, he's caught the 10.
He ran into the 10. I don't know if the 3 goes past the 9.
I don't think it does. So a glimmer of hope for Mika Immonen.
Well, he called that pocket, so I'm assuming he's shooting the 3-9. Unless the 3 does go. If the 3 does go, then he's going to go for it.
Perhaps the 3 does. No, he's played the 9, as you said, and he's made it. What a shot. It's all about the 5 ball. It's all about the 10 ball on table 4 at the moment.
Yeah.
Jesus Asencio has gone 3-2 up. Sorry to interrupt you, Tony. 3-2 up on the shootout. Back to you.
What I was going to say is he can shoot the 4 ball and play for the bank on the 5, or try to shoot the 5 directly into the 8 and stop the 5 there and draw the cue ball 2 rails behind the 7-10. He might have to end up doing that anyway because of the angle he got here. He might not even have a choice but to hit rail first here if he wants to play the bank.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Oh, he's missed it.
Oh,
right, and he's
it.
moved it. Oh, he hasn't moved it. But has he pushed a combo on? No, he hasn't. Oh, he's had a bit of luck there. Mika can't believe it.
Mika might be able to break this up if he makes a bank. He's one of the best bank shot players I've ever seen.
It's a risky shot to take down, Tony.
What about putting the cue ball behind the 8 then?
Yeah, that's what I like. I think that's what he's
Just
doing.
make sure that you move the 4 enough.
Come on, zip that cue ball over. He hasn't.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't.
Wow,
he hasn't scratched again, has he, in that same pocket?
Yep,
he has.
He's not going to like this.
Well, that's when he came over to the booth during the break. That's exactly what he was talking about. He didn't know how he scratched in that side. He's gone and scratched in exactly the same pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes it just isn't your day.
Can scratch up. Let me scratch. He can draw here to the 8, to the 5-8. He can play the bank. He can try to hit the cushion first, hit the 5, and sneak the cue ball underneath the 8. He has like at least 3 options here.
Result to bring you from the outer table, Tony. Jesus Atencio, your good friend, has just beaten Mickey Kraus 4-3 in a shootout. So Jesus will go through to the last 8. Back to this table.
Congratulations to both players. We went out to eat last night in a big group, and we were all joking around, and then they find out they had to play each other. So it's always, you know.
Again, you go out eating without me. How was the journey?
I asked you if you wanted something. You said no.
Yeah, I've heard all about your driving. I'm not going anywhere near a car with you. Okay, on the 5 ball then, this match still not over yet.
He can hit it thin and leave the cue ball behind the 7, the 8, because the 5's still going to stop in front of the pocket. If he's able to leave it by the long rail, the top rail, then he's in good shape.
Now, has he covered? Has he covered it? He has.
He has. He got him.
Well, Mika has to jump this. Now, the last time he jumped the 5 ball here, the 5 ended up in the front row. This could be his last shot. Called the extension, just to give himself that little bit extra time to think and not rush this. Well, he has rushed it. He rushed that. He called an extension and then played it really quickly. That was bizarre. Just seems to have lost a bit of focus, Tony, at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, we have those matches, Mark, where we just feel 100% uncomfortable. And sometimes we end up shooting a little faster in an effort to hope that we force ourselves to get into a groove, a comfort zone. Nice shot by Leven right there to get perfect position on the 7. Are you ready to use that quote again?
Sorry, mate.
See, now he can go 3 rails here and leave the cue ball more or less where it's at now. Or he can go 2 rails and play it in the lower right-hand pocket.
Yeah, this match has all been about 2 shots, really.
Oh, he came a little short there.
Oh, he's come on the 50-yard line, has he?
Yeah, he's good here.
He's okay. And Mika knows it's all over. He had his chances, but he'll be ready for Vegas. And in it goes, and we'll be back with Fedor Gorst very soon. Thanks for watching.